Right. Bollocks. That only needed to come to there. Don't know what I was thinking about that. I wasn't thinking, that's the thing. It's behind the seat, panel in and come to there. But I think I'm going to see if I can patch that up. Not happy with that. Same on that end. Never mind. I'll get this bottom rail cut, the foot thing at the bottom, and take it apart and sand it all, round off some of the edges. I just took that end off just to measure up to do this strip, but I think first I want to do the back panel, the dominoes. Remember, I worked up to a line. That line is this front edge, so what I need to do is transfer those marks over, flip it over so that I can sit the domino on. I'll show you. So I've transferred those lines over, this is the back. I'm going to sand all this eventually, but I've transferred these lines over, and imagine this was that end panel where I drew a line and then I clamped a board to it and I stood the domino up in there. So what we're working to is that corner there. So that's what I did on the ends. So now I'm going to go in like that. This thing's got a centre mark, so I can line that up and just go in there. It's still set at 25. So like that. Just like all the other panels, that's the end panel, so if I stand it up, that should match that line that I did. I'll take clamp off, spin it round, do the other one. Just when I was doing that one, I just spun it around. When I was doing that other one, as I was cutting, I was just making sure it was pressed down. Same again, you don't want any gap there. Otherwise your cut will be different. Won't really show on this one, but right. This is going to be that foot in the front, the centre mark. Come 100mm either side, then 100mm in there. I was going to make it a bit shorter, so it's 100mm, but it just looked a bit too small, did that. Same there, 100mm. I'll cut these out. I'm tempted to, I don't know, see if I can router them out a little bit like I did these feet down here. We'll see. Right, so this is that piece, and I did set up my shiny cutter in there. Changed my mind about that. I'm just going to cut it with jigsaw. Drill through this end so that it gives a nice round sort of mark. And I've just checked my jigsaw on a cut. It's cutting fairly square, so as long as I stick to the line, it'll be as good as those ones on the side. That's okay. Give it a bit of a sand. Maybe whiz a little bit off here and there. I'll just explain this a bit better. I'd move this back, these slide, so the cutter's not, you know, taking so much off. So what I'll be doing is taking just like a little sliver off, and then move the fence back, take a bit more off, take a bit more off. But when it got to that sort of depth, it'd be cutting into there, and if it was to grab that piece, grab there, it'd fly that way. It'd go tits up quite quickly. When I'm doing cuts like that, normally I'd like to put a stop here, so put it up against the stop, put it in, make me cut. But this long piece here, I won't be able to get a stop on. So that's why I did it with jigsaw. Not sure about that, but I think it'll be alright. So just lots of boring sanding now. 60 grit. Remove the belt sander marks. 120 to make it smooth. Right, I'm just halfway through this, gluing it together, and I've done what I didn't want to do. Screw this end on. I need that to stay there, get the back on, then I can get that end on. It's going in a window reveal, so you won't really see those. It's okay. This is widescreen. The lights flicker on this. I've only got 30 and 60 frames per second. A couple of comments have mentioned changing the frame speed. I can't do that. So I just have to get some more LEDs. Get some strips apparently. Somebody mentioned. I've had a look, they're 24 quid. A bit cheaper than if I got lots of single LEDs, so I'll see what the local electrical shop's got to offer. Anyway, I'll get back on with this. I put the back bar on, put some screw holes so I can screw up to get the back on, and get that end on. Right, and this is pretty much the last bit. I've got these boards need turning over so the tongue and grooves on the other side, but I've got a gap that's a bit more than half a board. But if I take that one out, shove that up, what I've got there is 186. It needs shoving up a little bit. It's about 188. Half of 188 is 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 94. So this one here, if I cut that down to 94, what I should end up with is another board there that's 94. Yeah. Once that's in, it'll all go that way, that little bit, and that'll be 94, same as that one. It's a fairly clean cut, but I left it just a millimetre or so wide. I'll just run it over the jointer, clean up that edge. So that one fits in there. Shove all them up. And what should be left with now there is about 94. So I'll rip this one down, I think. No, I'll skip that because that knot will pop out. I'll cut that one down, then I can lose that bit. So I'll cut this one down instead. Right, so I just sprung them in. I need to take them out again, turn them over. But I'll glue and pin them in. I'm going to use these. Just going to glue and screw them on here, just to give these ends a little bit of support. I think if this gets dragged around, they might get pulled off. I'm going to put that on anyway. Just extra support. Plenty of glue, a few screws or pins. So like I say, I've just pinned that on. These are pinned on. I'll stand it back up. Oh, that's it. Ready to go. Just waiting for a client. He's going to come down and give me a lift. It weighs a ton.